Hello, we're here at the Hanford facility. We're in the implementation phase of our plan as we march forward to launching our vehicle in July of 2022. We just recently received our certificate of occupancy, which allows us to start work in our pre-production area. Behind me, we're painting our first pre-production vehicle. It's been sealed, it's been baked, it's been prepped. So today we're doing prime, base coat, and clear coat in anticipation of starting to build in the pre-production area. In addition to that, we'll be going on a little bit of a tour. We have additional resources now on site in Hanford from the Advanced Manufacturing Engineering team, the HR team, UES, and so we'll be going through a suspension build, a battery build, and then we'll briefly go out into the paint facility and we'll look at the construction progress. We're back here in the pre-production build area, starting the first pre-production vehicle build after getting our certificate of occupancy. So now I'm with the leaders of the build from an advanced manufacturing engineering standpoint, Aaron to my right and Joaquin from manufacturing on my left. They'll briefly go through the build process of what we're doing in this area.
So what we have here, we have the subframe build area. We go ahead and build up the front knuckles as a sub-assembly feeding into another sub. That way we could get all the heavy and bulky items assembled and just lift it in as one complete assembly once it's ready. To the left here and behind us, we also have our kit carts. Each kit cart comes with the sheet and all the parts that are picked, so we keep the genealogy and the part numbers and everything that's going into the vehicle. Also, the build books record all the critical torques and serial numbers of the critical items that are going into the build as well. These kits, the kit carts, these fixtures and jigs, these are all items that we're bringing ahead for production, right? So we're using them while we're doing our pre-production builds, learning from them and completing our validations while we do these builds.
Typically what we do in the first vehicle is it's an extreme slow build. You're verifying your process, you're verifying your part, verifying the intent of the engineers of how they want this particular vehicle built. And then after that, we can ramp up at a faster pace and start building vehicles a little bit faster to make sure we're delivering onto the schedule. We're moving along to the battery build area where we build our battery modules. So we're going to go through the 4 or 5 processes that we go through in building up a battery module, and we'll kick it off with Aaron.
So we're here in the battery area. As we go through these areas, we test all the cells, make sure that they meet our specification. We put them into the jigs and fixtures as required, dispense the adhesive, and put them into our modules. And then we go into our laser welding. We seal them up, and then we do our final tests.
We're transitioning from the pre-production build area status where we've watched a couple of area builds in process. Now we're going out to track the paint foundation. Walking here with Joaquin, who's been leading the construction overview. We'll be able to show everybody some progress as we're marching towards getting the paint shop installed, functional acceptance testing, and then spraying vehicles in June, July timeframe of next year.
At this time we're starting to, as you can see, dig some of the pits of our paint shop. We are starting to do rebar in some areas. For example, here is the spray booth. We will start concrete next week on this area. We also have the pits for the ovens, and also farther down the building we have the paint pits for all the other equipment.
So Joaquin is working with our construction team, working with Giffen, our paint supplier, and working with Durr, making sure the drawings are all complete, everybody's bought off and certified that we can go on to the next step. So just highlighting that this is a concerted effort, it's collaboration, it's with the suppliers, it's with tracking the construction group that we have as a third party that tracks our progress, and Joaquin oversees all that and stays on top of it.
We are on the other side of the paint shop right now, where we have our eco pit. The pit is already dug out, it's already framed, and we just finished laying down the rebar. So at this point we are ready to start doing the concrete at the bottom, and then we will continue with the sides, and within a couple of weeks we will have this pit ready to go.
Okay, so we're here in the final stages of our review of our status. It's been an extremely busy week here in Hanford as part of Faraday Future's drive towards launching a vehicle in July of next year. We had our community event 2 weeks ago, highly successful, where we rolled out ourselves to the community. This last week we had a job fair which was extremely successful. Got a lot of interviews with local residents that want to come be a part of the Faraday team. We got our certificate of occupancy, which allowed us to start kicking off all of the builds. And the biggest highlight is probably us painting the first pre-production vehicle in our paint facility. And so very, very happy with the progress. Still a lot of work to go. But again, our actions are speaking louder than our words. We're very proactive in letting everybody come in, track our progress, and hope you enjoyed this brief view of our progress here in the Hanford facility for Faraday Future.